Hey y'all, it's Anime Caveman, and today I'm going to be reading the 16th episode of Tokyo Ghoul. And I gotta say, this episode, it was a disaster. Like, literally, a lot of things were incomprehensible because, for one, for the past few episodes, they've been showing Mitsuki pinned by this school for, like, little snippets for the last 3 episodes. Then near the end, looks like she has managed to overcome her aggressor, but she looks raped and tortured. But for one, that has no impact because we didn't get to see her get out of the situation. So already this episode tried to have some kind of twist ending. That didn't work. And then aside from that, this episode really felt like it had a few fight scenes that didn't really motivate me to be excited, because you have Nishiki trying to capture this scientist, and he's helping out one of the one of the one-eyed sisters and all that. And throughout this whole fight, I'm thinking, okay, so why are they going after the scientist? What's the motivation? It's just boom. Here's the plot. Shit happens. Let's not explain shit. And for a majority of the scenes, I just couldn't really care because random shit happened without any context. So that's not a good sign about the episode. The only thing this episode did good was the sequences that involved Kaneki and Arima, and those were like maybe 4 minutes out of like a 20 episode runtime. So really only 20% of the episode could have been called legitimately good. Seeing the emotional moments, like all the revelations when Arima's telling Kaneki that the Washu are actually ghouls. They're they were formed by humans and ghouls having babies or some kind of mixed blood with ghoul blood mixed in with babies, and that's how they formed. And they're actually humans slightly stronger but with lower lifespans, and their goal is to pretty much try to become human. So I kind of like that revelation right there, because at the very least it puts into perspective like how devious the top leaders of the CCG are and why they're so rough and hardcore, and they didn't have much emotions when their human ghoul investigators died. It's because they weren't really human to begin with. So that's puts things into context, and that was a really good scene. And then when you see Arima crying, saying that for once I'm glad I was able to give something back and leave something behind, and then you see him die, and then Eto seemingly die. That got me a little bit emotional, not too much, because I feel like the show didn't do enough to show Arima as much as it could have. But at least I felt something because they gave us that OVA and that one episode where Arima and Kaneki were interacting, so I felt a bit of emotion. So it did a good job in that. The music composer had a sad OST, and then Kaneki crying was pretty emotional. I'll give it credit for that. So that was a positive. And then the sequences evolving when when Saiko and Uri are fighting against Takizawa. I enjoyed that little snippet of character development for Uri when he's like, I don't want anyone else to die. It was nice to see mentally he went from the mentality of I only care about promotions to I only care about the lives of my squad. He's finally growing into that leader that we all know he could become. So that was a nice way to demonstrate Uri's character arc. Pretty much putting him in a situation where if he dies, at the very least, he'll die as a fully realized character, or if he lives, he'll be a character that's worth watching. And it was also nice to see Saiko have a character development too, because in Tokyo Ghoul Season 3, she didn't have a backbone, but now she has a backbone, like when she even yelled out that, "You're hurting my friends." That was a good scene. So this episode, I guess it did have a few good scenes here and there, but it was just outweighed by all the fucking endless garbage. Because aside from those two bright spots, and then the scene where Akira takes a blow so that Takisawa didn't die, that was pretty emotional. And when Takisawa decided to save Akira, that was also a nice bit of good character development. So, from a character standpoint, this episode did half decently and half badly. Anything that involved a lot of the crew from the first Tokyo Ghoul season was well done, but everything else was, for the most part, done badly. And aside from a character standpoint, which again, the episode was below average, it also did bad from a story perspective, because like all the reasons mentioned, it just rushed through shit. I'm like, really now, anime? And we still don't have an explanation as to how the CCG went into the island and attacked all those ghouls and how they found out the information. It would have been nice to get some context too, but it didn't. Just doing shit. And I'd say the only thing above average was the music and the voice acting. So from a sound department, this anime is still doing good. As for the art animation, good lord. I have seen better art animation from fucking hentai for the last few days. And I shit you not. You could actually check my video history, and I actually reacted to this hentai called Amaken. And that hentai right there had better animation than this fucking episode. Because this episode was like still shot city, like when a Shu jumped in and attacked multiple investigators. It was just black screen with like red lines. Or when Amon and Yuri charged towards each other, again it was like black still with like speed lines in the background, then a still shot with like blue and red lines. I'm like, yeah, this is what Tokyo Ghoul's fallen to. It's gotten so bad even hentai have better animation than this piece of trash. And yeah, there was no fucking choreography, because whenever there's scenes where like a ghoul throws their Kagane spikes at people won't even dodge. There's less like this of like no way of dodging. Like there's zero choreography, because you don't see things aimed towards people's bodies. They're just throwing at people and that's it. And that really makes for some boring ass action set pieces. And for all these reasons, I'm gonna rate this episode a 4 out of 10. And yeah, I didn't enjoy it. I don't even care anymore, but hey, there's only a few episodes left. For everyone else, for manga fans, just comment down what the anime cut out. Oh, for anime only, just comment down your thoughts on the episode, I guess. Rate the video, subscribe if you want to see more Tokyo Ghoul videos and reviews. And I'll see you guys next week, because I honestly just stopped caring about this show, but I just gotta finish it off. Bye bye.